Google subvocalization, and you'll see pages and pages of productivity resources claiming that our internal speech is the one thing standing between us and lightning-fast reading, and offering tips on how to stop subvocalizing. Also sometimes called implicit speech, inner speech, silent speech, or inner vocalization, subvocalization is the way we say words inside our heads as we read them, something almost everyone does naturally. Subvocalization has been studied for over a century, and it's extremely common. But in productivity circles, many people claim that subvocalization is holding you back from reading as quickly and efficiently as you can. The science behind subvocalization isn't perfectly clear. And while many researchers agree that subvocalization can impact our reading speed, that's far from the full picture. Let's dive into how subvocalization works, why it's slowing you down, and how you can become a faster and better reader, whether you subvocalize or not. What is subvocalization? Subvocalization is the process of inaudibly articulating speech with your speech organs. Think of it as the inner voice, likely your own voice that you might hear while reading words. Subvocalization involves much more than just thinking words as you read them. It actually involves physical parts of the body, including your eyes, lips, throat, tongue, vocal cords, and larynx. During subvocalization, all the muscles involved in articulating speech sounds move to evoke the sound of a word silently as you read it. Subvocalization is characterized by these movements, which are often too small to be detected even by the person who is subvocalizing. However, the movements are the same as when we speak. NASA scientists have been able to use sensors attached to a subject's throat to transcribe material they are reading silently via the movement of their speech organs. Subvocalization is a natural process that helps our brains comprehend and remember what we're reading. Muscle memory is the way we learn to perform complex movements involving different muscles and body parts faster and more accurately over time through repeatedly performing those movements. Researchers believe subvocalization uses processes similar to muscle memory, to help store and access the meanings of different words. Research into subvocal speech has been documented as far back as 1868, when scientists began to consider thinking as subdued speech. In 1899, a researcher named L. Curtis was able to record movement of the larynx during silent reading, and he concluded our inner voice, while reading, causes the same movement in the speech organs as saying the same words out loud. Curtis believed that silent reading is the only mental activity that causes considerable movement in the larynx. Research continued in 1950, when R.K. Edfeld created an electromyography (EMG) device that could record physical movement of all the speech organs during silent reading. Edfeld also experimented with suppressing subvocalization, but he eventually concluded that subvocalization reinforces learning, and disrupting it could interfere with learning and development. What we know about subvocalization today, subvocalization is considered to be one of the components of Baddeley's model of working memory, a proposal made by English scientists Alan Baddeley and Graham Hitch in 1974. It's their theory that the physical movement that happens during subvocalization is part of the phonological loop that helps commit what's being read to your short-term memory. Scientists are still learning about exactly what's happening in the brain during subvocalization, but they have found that subvocalization causes brain activation, detected via fMRIS, in multiple areas. One of the main areas activated by subvocalization is the Broca's area of the brain, which is the part responsible for speaking.